What is going on, everybody? Stubbs here from Retro Handhelds, along with my co-host today, Mr. Andrew, and our special guest, Russ from Retro KONKR. Welcome back to the
Hey,
channel.
thanks. You know, I just realized this is live. When you sent me the input, you said, "Hey, do you want to go live?" I thought you meant like it was a death threat. Like you're like, "Hey, live." You know, like I had to join or I would die.
Yes, or
and so
yeah,
that's why I'm here. I
it
didn't
was
realize we were live. Hi, everyone.
it was primarily a threat. But thank you, out of the graciousness of your heart, to to join us today. You get me every intro. How do you do this every time?
I
Today,
just like to be disruptive. Yeah.
I appreciate it. You have to have your fun. We have to get our rocks off here as reviewers. And I mean that in the PG way. Today's video, we're going to be looking at the AYN Thor again. Russ and I both put out videos about this one, and we're doing a little follow-up since those videos came out. I want to talk today about not only the device itself, but I'll be unboxing for the first time the official grip just showed up from AYN. I have a couple stylus options I wanted to take a look at as well. Not only like the rubber tip, the mesh tip, but these little mini ones that we can attach onto the device itself. And I want to test that out and see if those are going to work for us, as well as look at some game requests from you all, answer any questions you might have. I want to look at 3DS, some extra games there, a Wii-U, which is a little funky to run, but I want to continue some testing there. And really just, yeah, chit-chat about the device as shipping has now started, and they're well on their way. I just got my shipping notification for my Rainbow Max unit today. I don't know, Russ, have you gotten yours?
Yeah. I did a co-op one, like a group buy with another guy here just to save on shipping. And yeah, I think it's going to arrive maybe tomorrow or Saturday. I got a Rainbow Pro.
Oh, yeah, you really don't need more than the Pro. It's just that I really have enjoyed the device, and it's all Andrew's fault. And he's like, you got to top spec this. You know, you have to. And I said, okay, I got to do what I got to do.
Blame me.
Well, I got it.
Just because you're indecisive doesn't mean it's my fault.
I know. I have to lay blame somewhere. And I can't lay it on myself.
1 terabyte of internal storage, though, like it's sounding really nice right now. Like that's actually pretty great.
Like if you're getting into win later on this device and you're going to want that internal storage. Now, I know if you're using anything but Game Hub, right? You could use, there's a trick to use external storage. Montotech sent me that earlier. There is a workaround for it, but I do not have the time to configure the full-blown WinLater, and so I'm going to use Game Hub Lite. That's what I have in here today, and we'll look a little bit of that at that. And I think internal storage is going to be a big decider for people who are really into using Game Hub. So I don't need 16 gigs of RAM, but I do want more storage.
Yep,
that's my thought there. Last thing I wanted to bring up before we get started here is, Russ, you released a really cool Reddit post today just about additional input delay testing that has all of your thoughts on that, and the fact that this isn't a true 3DS replacement. Just do you want to explain a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah, there's kind of like two separate ideas. So the first, like the input delay. So I made a video yesterday and I showed off some input, just kind of showing that it's not the same as original hardware, that it's about twice as bad in terms of input latency compared to original hardware, which isn't like a huge deal breaker for me, except for with certain games like rhythm games. Like it's pretty hard. I can't play Elite Beat Late Agents on this thing. Yeah. At least not in the same way as original hardware. And so that was kind of one of the points of my video, is like, it's not quite a 3DS replacement in some ways, but it ended up creating a lot of conversation on Reddit, which always happens. But this time about input delay. And so I did an update right here. I spent a few hours today just testing a bunch of stuff, because I didn't do like thorough input testing in that video, because I was just really showing the difference between original and hardware. But this time I tested RetroArch on an NES game to really show how that falls out. And you can see the numbers there on screen. So essentially the top screen is 120 hertz, but there is a little bit of a frame delay in getting to that upper frame or upper screen compared to the bottom screen. So it's not as good as like 120 hertz on like the Portal, Odin 2 Portal, which has just that one screen and everything just goes to it. This one's a little bit worse, but still better than a 60 hertz device, is basically the conclusion there. And so, yeah, I think that's about what I was expecting, that there was going to be some compromise with having that second screen like kind of input, but it's also still a little bit better because it has 120 hertz to work with too. So, yeah.
And to go along with that, with that screen tearing you were talking about on that bottom screen, did
Yeah.
you sort of catch wind that Gamma's going to be working on a solution for that?
Yeah, it's a funny thing. Is like, yes, it can cause screen tearing on the bottom screen if you have it in 120 frames mode,
Mhm.
right? But that's only if you're doing something that requires a lot of movement on that bottom screen. And if you're going to be doing something that requires a lot of movement on the bottom screen, you don't need 120 frames on the one above it, because you're just going to be looking at the bottom screen. So you can put it in 60 FPS mode. And so
Right.
it's a weird thing where there is definitely a bug in this, not a bug, but there's a lack of a feature in that there is screen tearing there. But it doesn't have any practical application to me, because I'm just like, if I ever was to play a game on the bottom screen, there's never a time where I would also need 120 frames above. Because what am I going to do? I'm going to watch a movie or something. I'm not going to watch a movie at 120 frames per second. You know?
You're not?
So, yeah. And so I love that Gamma's working on it, because we should always just have better working hardware and software, you know, like that's awesome. But I just, it's a solution without a problem is kind of the way I see it right now. You know, unless you're really quickly scrolling through a game FAQ page, right? And you don't want to see screen tearing as you do it. It's the only time where I was like, oh yeah, I can see the screen tearing right now.
And see, I'm opposite of you there, where I immediately noticed it, and I'm going fast through game FAQs trying to get to the spot I want for the walkthrough, and it was my OCD was just bugged the hell out by that. I'm like, what? What?
And you just immediately throw the thing in the trash, right? Like it's just garbage at that point.
Right in the garbage, right to jail. I saw that he had a potential solution, and so I really advocated for that, because I'm like, I know maybe it's not a huge thing, maybe it's not many people who will be upset by this, but I think not only game FAQs, but like you were showing in Sonic, like you're going to see if there's a lot of motion on that bottom screen going by fast, you're going to see some screen tearing. So I think if we can integrate that into an OTA, that would be freaking incredible. That's just my thought.
Sure.
I don't know.
No, absolutely. Like I want it to be fixed, but I also haven't had it as a problem.
You
know, and that's
fair.
It. And so,
and for most of the time, you know, you're playing a 3DS game, and you're not going to be worried about that because the motion's pretty static. Andrew, what is going on down there? What is happening?
Zoo just popped in the chat.
Oh no!
With the best comment, just to pop in real quick, and I know he's going to roll right back out.
God, he's obsessed with this since their New York trip. So yes, he gave me the Win 600. We had a swap where I got gave him the KONKR, and he gave me the Win 600, and he brought the packaging for the Win 600. Admirable, great. I had a small, bag I brought with me, and so I immediately tore the box to shreds, as I do around here, and put it in a Waterfield design case, brought it back home, and he
destroyed the box in like no seconds flat
within 5 minutes of getting it, and he came back in and he was so upset. So
yeah, I mean, you think about like when they sell an NES nowadays, like an old school NES, if you got it in the box, it's worth like twice as much.
Yeah.
And you just ruin that. There's going to be somebody 20 years from now who really wants a Win 600. They're going to pay you thousands of dollars for it, and you can't get that extra box.
It'll be banned.
You think in 20 years for the Ambernick Win 600, there's going to be a big value placed on the official packaging.
I mean, listen, we're in a lull right now, right? Like I remember there was a time where I thought, PSP, no one wants that, right? And then all of a sudden everyone wants it. And so same thing with like the 3DS. It was super cheap. So we're in that lull right now. It's coming back. Win 600. It's just a monumental handheld. It's sarcasm, guys.
Can't even finish it.
The spreadsheet potential in this handheld
it go, man.
Unmatched. Let's talk about the AYN Thor. That's what we're here for today. All right. Listen. We're not going to do any more Alien Chaos 3D. Well, yes, we are, because it's
we're not.
Mail. We have to. We have to, Andrew. We're legally obligated.
By who?
Have you ever played this game, Russ?
No, never seen it.
It's an arcade game, basically, dollar bin game, and I've been playing it a lot lately on these live streams, and it's just fantastic. You defeat these robot animals, and then you clean the walls, so it's very therapeutic and sort of zen. Okay, we got that. Now we gotta clean the walls. All right. And you get weapon upgrades. And then when you get hurt, you do this crazy laugh. Listen to this.
How did you find this game?
Oh, it's at the top of my ROM list, alphabetically. I just started playing it. Now it's like the game I play every time. You know how that.
Yeah.
You know how that happens.
That's how I found
So-
Alien Hominid.
Exactly. You understand. So, just oh god, my desk is in disarray. Enhance.
I told
You
you, too
know,
much crap.
I have too much stuff. Oh, we can't have an extra thing there. It's got to be in threes. Okay,
Oh, no.
OCD is fine now. It's fine. Before we get started looking at more games, though, I wanted to look at this grip because playing first-person shooters, I know, Russ, you had similar thoughts. It's just not the most comfortable experience when you're trying to do dual stick stuff. It's like you want something to grab onto right there.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, will the grip improve the experience? And I know for you, you were saying, well, I'm not going to use this. It adds a lot of bulk to the device, but I'm probably going to be playing it at home a lot of the time. So will this help out for that sort of stuff? And it's $15 on the site, ayntech.com, in the description. So here we go. Here is the grip. I like the texture on it.
Yeah, it's got a nice like kind of ribbing to it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. And there's a cutout for all of your various ports there. You still have your SD card, your headphone jack, your USB-C, your volume, and what looks like cutouts for the lanyard.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Okay, so now you can grip on down here, so you can grab that. It's still a little awkward, I gotta say. No, we don't need to 3D benchmark right now.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Not now,
So
anyways.
No. So let's pull up, oh, I don't know, Gunfire Reborn for Android. And on the bottom screen, let's pull up game FAQs.
I'm sure this game has a game FAQ, right?
It might.
Just kidding. Don't
you ever
look
played
for it.
this?
It's not gonna.
I'm going to look for it now. I'm going to look for it.
You just had to say it.
I know.
It might.
Can we? This is. I need my Thor to get here.
It does.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Does it
so
really?
what?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it has something. Maybe a Q&A.
It
Not
might
much.
just be it's like a placeholder list. Like, yeah, this is a game, but
I'm
there's
just going
nothing
to turn
here
the
for you.
screen off.
Yeah.
We just don't
Like
need
a
it right now.
landing page. Yeah.
All right.
It should just say, "Do you really need this?"
Yeah, I know, right? Andrew, what config did you get again? I know you got the max, but which
Max Rainbow.
one? You got Rainbow, also cool.
Yeah. Skittles for the win.
Skittle it up.
I was torn between the purple and the rainbow, but ultimately decided to go with rainbow for now.
Good
Yeah.
call. Oh, we need.
I think Ban got the purple. I might be mistaken.
You got the
about
purple too.
I don't care what Zoo got. Yeah, I don't care that you're not surprised, Zoo.
Is he talking trash in chat again?
Oh, of course.
This does.
Me and Russ at the same time. Yeah, you already know.
Yeah.
This definitely does add a better comfort experience for using the second stick, but I wouldn't say this is game changing though. It's not like, here, I'll try without.
Yeah, I found that it will like kind of force your hands to go down further on the device because you got those bulbs at the bottom, which means that the triggers are now further away, which makes it
Right.
a little bit harder to use. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's an improvement, definitely.
It
but
definitely is
it's
an
not-
improvement.
Yeah. And D-pad gaming too for me is better with this on, but the thing I love about the Thor and all these clamshells is that it is pocketable, and taking that away, I don't know, for me it's just not as great of an experience as like with my Odin 2 Portal, where it's like, yeah, put the grip on that and just leave it there,
Right. Yeah, yeah.
You know what is pocketable though?
What is?
The sugar.
No, don't start that.
This thing is awful. That's all I'll say. Everybody else has said it already.
Is that my 1X sugar?
Yeah, it is.
You know, I forgot it even existed until I
Oh.
saw you with it. It's been so
Just
long.
now?
It's, like,
Just
it's
now?
no longer in my stream of consciousness.
Yeah. 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 Mhm. I have some stuff to put together for the site. Basically, I have to force myself to use it.
Well, we're playing Aero the Acrobat. BFI, 120 hertz. I'm going to try that D-pad experience.
You got a lot of calls for aardvark in the chat there, Stubbs.
You know, I don't know that we should play that game anymore. This is a family show. We're a serious professional institution. And I just don't know.
Since when?
Well, I don't know, we should.
Well,
What Arrow the Acrobat is this? Is it Game Boy Advance or
The
something?
Game Boy.
Oh,
Game Boy Advance, yeah.
I've never seen it. I played the old Genesis one back in the day.
This is, I think, the Super Nintendo one, basically made into a GBA game.
Oh yeah, looks the same. Just
Yeah,
a different aspect ratio.
GBA-ified. I mean, you're right. You know what? This isn't a true test. Man, look at those OLED colors, though. That gets me every time in this handheld. I always have to remember, too, before I press the home button, click what screen I want to close, because I'm always accidentally closing the wrong screen. So there's that, and this is your select. There we go. The true test, of course, is going to be the game Aardvark for Game Boy Color.
there we go.
You ever played this game, Russ?
No,
Don't.
It's really good.
and I'm assuming this is because it's at the top of your ROM list as well.
Alphabetically, it's towards the top. All right, so you're this Aardvark, and you got this weird boob nose, and you got to get the eggs.
It's not a boob nose.
And you collect the eggs, and you must get them fast. And I'm telling you, the black frame insertion, 120 hertz, really benefits this game in particular, too, which is nice to see.
So you've played this game more than once.
He's made all
On
of us play
purpose.
this game.
Oh
We
my
had a
gosh.
competition for this. Next time you're on the podcast, we're going to have to...
And we
Left
never
is
saw
out.
Russ again.
I know.
Aardvark is in. These little, like,
Putting this in my calendar right now.
sausage patties run by.
What is running down below?
It's like a little sausage patty or something. I'm not sure. It's like I can't tell what it is. Oh, what's that? Yeah, it's like a frog or something.
Is that a camel? A small camel?
Stubbs, you're not supposed to like.
No, I know.
up and eat your boob nose.
Well, okay, we're just gonna get that. We're gonna go up. We're gonna go down. But yeah, the D-pad experience with the grip, I agree, that is improved. And yet,
I do kind of like that it forces your hands down, though.
it does force the hands down. And so I think playing around the house, I agree that that's going to be an improvement. I like the grit and the texture on it, but yeah, I don't know that I'll be using it a ton. I think I'm able to kind of move my hands in such a way where for short play sessions, I'm fine without it. I think that's where I'm at with it, where I don't think it's a necessity as much as I thought it was going to be, but it does improve the experience by 10-15%.
Yeah.
We'll go with
I mean, it's kind of how all the clamshell grips are. I mean, it was like that with the Retroid Pocket Flip 1 and Flip 2 as well. It's like it makes it better, but just not something I use permanently.
Turn that down. Yeah. No, I hear you, man. I hear you. Okay, so let's play some 3DS games. Do we have any requests in chat? We got a bunch of requests. Okay. We got Aardvark. We got Aardvark out of the way, Sean. Step 1, done. These questions are good too. Tony, do you think the Ambernet clamshell will be enough to not buy the Thor? Well, by enough, if you mean you want to cover DS gaming, probably that's going to be a great use case. We'll see. I doubt it's going to be able to touch much 3DS. Just my guess, just my hunch. With the chipset, they're probably going to be using for under $100, right, Russ?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's. Yeah, I think it's a different use case.
I think that for regular DS it'll probably be pretty cool. I don't have any insider information or anything, but yeah, I'm seeing this as just like a very DS focused handheld. My guess is it's going to run Android because it has that home button on it that they use on their Android devices, like the one that has like the RG logo on it. So yeah, my guess is an Android chip, but I've gotten no confirmation or anything about it.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. But maybe it's. I'm always going to recommend not spending money unless you absolutely if you don't know if you need to spend the money. Start with the cheaper solution. Like start with the cheaper handheld and see if that's enough. But beyond that, wait for reviews too. Wait to see what everyone thinks.
Yeah, it definitely. I wouldn't consider it to be in like an all-around handheld in the same way that like the Mangmi is, like that to me is like that's an easy recommendation under $100. This one is more like, well, do you want DS games under $100? So it's kind of what it comes down to for me.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Let's see. So now, styluses. Let's talk about that as well. So these rubber tips, I find these pretty dang comfortable. These mesh solutions. I know, Russ, you had a video dedicated to this as well. I recommend people watch, but these mesh ones a little more accurate. I don't like the feel against the glass quite as much.
Yeah, it's more slidey.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is more slidey. To me, I got some missed inputs with this one, at least with this brand. And I'll link all of these below, but the one probably I'm going to enjoy. These are ones I used for the Magic X040 DS handheld earlier this year. And these were cool. Like these you could tape directly to the device, and then you'd have a removable stylus, and they open and close. So these are the ones I want to take a look at today for the Thor and see if it's going to be a good use case. This is going to be for my Rainbow Max version. This is a transparent one. That's the closest I could kind of find that'll match that color. And this is what they call black. Still kind of transparent.
Yeah, I tested this one in my video too, and I like it, but I feel like it's very lightweight. That was the thing about it, is like it kind of felt like I could bend it in half very easily.
It's very cheap.
Yeah, I do like it.
Yeah, but I like it because it's small though, because I don't know how much space I want to take up with a stylus, or even how often I'm going to use a stylus in reality.
Yeah.
Probably just use my finger most of the time, but I like to have it for the options. Certain games like rhythm games or very particular 3DS games really do benefit. So
yeah.
So if we were to put this on, I was thinking maybe on the side. This side's not being used for anything. You can pull it back off. And maybe something like that. Or you could put it up top. What's the least ugly way to do this, do you think?
I know. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. So I do have, I've got a stylus I can show off. So somebody watched my stylus video, and then they made a stylus, and they sent it over to me to try out. So it's made out of aluminum. So it is, let me get my face. How do I do this way? So it's made out of aluminum. And so it's a lot thicker, or not thicker, but like sturdier, and then they put a disc on the top of it. And I don't know if you've used one of these before. They work pretty well, but most of them are like a bigger disc. But this one's a lot more accurate. And so it actually feels probably the most like an actual DS stylus. And it's small.
Really?
I think it's 95 millimeters. So this guy is working on a shop. And so he's going to let me know when it's ready and all that stuff. So when I make a starter guide for a dual screen handheld, I'll probably talk about styluses, and I'll talk about this guy because it's pretty neat. I don't really like the disc ones. I like the mesh personally, if it's really nice and firm. But this one's kind of winning me over. Like it's a really high quality disc, and so it's not missing inputs. And so I think this is the one that I'm probably going to use the most. And yeah, once it's available, like if they're working on a shop, then I can share the link and all that.
That is fantastic. Okay, yeah, I definitely want to try to pick one of those up to test as well. That is cool. I haven't tried that style before. I just avoided
Yeah.
it because I'm like, it seems like it's going to be less accurate with the way it's designed, but
Right. Yeah. You look at it and you're like, I don't need that big of an input, but it actually does center it really well. And yeah, it's accurate. Every once in a while, like playing a game like Zookeeper where you're like matching tiles, I would hit the wrong tile sometimes, but then I kind of got used to it, you know, just the way you get used to anything. And
Right.
after a few minutes, I was like, yeah, this is good. So yeah.
I'll have to try that out. And in the meantime, though, that kind of fits right on there. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. The trick is going to be, is that uncomfortable when you're playing regular games?
That's what I was wondering too. So it does add a little, you're going to feel that when you're holding it.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't feel too bad. It's going to definitely get into, it's rounded, luckily, right there. It's not too bad. I'm glad I put it a little higher up too and not completely centered, because I think any more so, and that would have been pretty uncomfortable. No. Yeah, it's going to be a trade-off for sure. There's no perfect solution. I think the other way, I think it'll be the ugliest, but as far as not affecting how you're holding the device, probably putting it up here would make sense. And then, yeah, you could do this. You can make it longer if you want. Put it away when you're done. Yeah, I don't know. Just another option. So we are running Ace Combat here. It's running 30 FPS. This is Ace Combat AH Legacy Plus, and we're having a (6x) upscale on this right now, so which is pretty decent. What was the highest upscale you were able to hit for 3DS, Russ?
I actually never went beyond 4. My eyes couldn't see a difference after 4. And so I was like, I'm just going to leave it at 4 and save battery life. So everything I tested, both DS and 3DS, were at 4x resolution. To me, it looked great.
I suppose I'm testing above that just for the theoretical.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can dock it, and like how much, if you dock it, how much more do you want to get? So we were able to get, in some instances, like there's a Barbie game I played that was 10x, and it was like, oh, cool. It does 10x. Great. Yeah, 6x looks good here. And it's true. Yeah, you don't need more than 4x at all. Like, at all. Save yourself some battery life. That's kind of crazy. This is also an Azahar, the latest build that introduces the dual screen option there.
So move your hands towards you just a slight little bit. There you go.
There we go.
I'm so excited for mine to show up. This is just awesome to me.
It's just so cool. Like I've been saying, like this is kind of sort of like a ADHD wonderland, basically, because you know you can.
It's a brain rot dream.
A brain rot dream. That's right. Well, I found myself like putting my son to bed, and then I'm waiting for him to fall asleep, and so I sneak this out. I put it in the ultra dim setting, basically way over here. Where's that? Extra dim, where I have it way down. It's not going to wake him up. And up top, I'm playing, Castlevania. Down below, I'm watching a YouTube video, and then I started reading like an article about I don't know, some music band or some The Doors or something like that. And I got super hooked into it. I'll read it on the bottom screen, mind you, okay? And teeny tiny text, but I just sat there and I stayed there for like 20 minutes, just reading a long article on a little tiny screen with nothing happening on the top screen now. And I'm like, what am I doing here? But the device kind of sucks you into that experience. You're like, it's the device I'm holding, whatever. It's fine. So I found that kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What other game requests do we have? So do some Rhythm Heaven, you cowards, Matt. And Rhythm Heaven, I haven't played that one in a long time. That one's going to be, I think I have it though.
For Rhythm Heaven, I found that playing it on the bottom screen was like less than ideal because the buttons kind of get in the way of like holding it with your stylus in your hand, And so I would flip the screens is what I would usually do. So the bottom screen's up top, and then I would, push on that but you got to be a little gentle. You don't want to like break the hinge or anything. But that's how, like you can see in my video, that's how I was testing it, where I was pushing on the top of the top screen, not the bottom screen.
I keep accidentally pushing buttons here. Rhythm.
It's regular DS.
Yeah, I looked through there. I don't have it in there. I was like, maybe I have some variant that's similar, but for 3DS, no, I don't have it loaded on here. It's not a game I normally play. Is there a similar type of game?
Do you have Elite Beat Agents on regular DS also?
I haven't played that one in a long time.
Those are like the two main like rhythm-based ones. You know, another good touchscreen like testing game is The World Ends Without You or whatever, but that is like 20 minutes of intro to get to any gaming, so it's hard to test.
I have none of those right now, so I apologize, but I do have Yoshi Touch and Go, which I think also pretty much relies pretty good on a stylus, right?
I don't know if I ever actually played this one.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, WarioWare Touch. Someone just brought that one up. That's a good one too.
Let me see if I have that. So this is the one where you got.
Oh, now I remember this game. Yeah,
remember this one?
Yeah,
okay. Manipulate baby Mario, move him around. Yeah, and you guys feel free to chit chat about the Thor while I'm doing this.
I'm just mesmerized by your gameplay here. You're so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're just purposefully killing Mario. You're doing a great job.
Baby Mario at that.
Yeah, so someone asked if I was going to review the LAX. Yeah, it's my next video. I just it's taken me a while. It arrived while I was gone in Japan, but it just, you know, this game or this device just takes a lot of testing, and so everyone else had like a good week heads up or had noticed than me. And so yeah, that's why mine didn't go out yesterday. And so yeah, it'll be my next video, probably Saturday. No promises.
WarioWare touched. You were talking about the Ally.
Yeah, that's basically it. I'm just working on it. I got Bazite working on it today, so I can do a comparison between the two. Everything but the RGB lights is working in Bazite right now. So yeah, pretty cool. I mean, no spoilers, but I definitely like that better than playing on Windows.
Yeah, and I heard that the Bazite just adds to the performance. So you're gonna get a little extra out of there. Not totally sure on the base unit now. This is one I was feeling, and after using it for like directly playing some gaming on it, not just cloud gaming, I definitely was left wanting. And I'm like, I'll probably pick up the Steam Deck. But the higher end SKU, the X,
I'll give it to you.
Yeah,
telling you, man, higher SKUs, better performance all the time.
Well, the UI is just so much more fluid on here. I watched the Fox's video today too, where he broke down all the benchmarks and everything.
Yeah, he did a great job, like a ton of benchmarks and stuff. And I try not to watch other people's videos beforehand, but I had to watch his because, like, gosh, if I screw something up, he's going to be the one that had it in there, you know. And so I watched it. I'm like, okay, I'm drawing the same conclusions as him, which is good. Yeah,
and he doesn't insert opinion as much as he just gives you raw data to work with. So I find it, again, super helpful. Finished filming on my review, though, for that. So that'll be out most likely tomorrow. All right. So I haven't played this game before. So people feel free to help me out.
Yeah, there's just like a ton of mini games, basically.
Okay. So
they're just going to hit you with random things over and over again. This is very ADHD friendly.
Oh, perfect. That's what we need here. And by the way, okay, so 50% battery life left. I love that you can go in here and just change your brightness. And they fixed the OTA update. I love that they fixed most of the issues. And we're going to talk about that too a little bit. The OTA patch and what was fixed and what still could use some improvements. Okay, finally, here's something I can really showcase the stylus with. Good recommend chat.
Poke the cats, man.
Oh, poke them. I got to be on top of it.
Yeah, it gets frantic.
All right, let me turn up the volume.
You gotta tap on that thing. There you go. You're about to die.
Detonate. Okay, I see. It's just nonstop chaos. I get it.
It's just they just get you to touch something.
So you're basically just going
Yeah, you're going
as fast as
crazy.
possible. Squish, squish. Poke. Oh, this is great. Poke it. What? I'm
I
poking
don't
the
know what you're
snail.
supposed to poke. You didn't. Game over.
Well, let's try this again. That's a lot of fun. Let's go again.
It's like me playing.
Yeah,
Call
there
of Duty.
was a ton of WarioWare games. There was one on the GBA before, all the touch stuff. That was great too.
Yeah, if you guys feel free to answer some of those questions too, if there's any ones you want to grab.
No,
So someone was
Stubbs, this
asking-
is your show.
Well, I will say someone was asking about whether or not like the device won't go to sleep if you close it too fast.
Yes.
And I've just tried this like 20 times in a row, and I'm not able to get this to not go to sleep.
What?
No matter how
Watch.
fast I close it.
Watch.
Yeah. It went to sleep.
Hold on.
Went to sleep. Went to sleep. Yeah, it's going to sleep.
Not every time.
I'm not able to get it to not do that. I think what happens is that some people might they might be closing it and then tapping the power button when it's closed, and that will wake it.
Okay, let me
That'll wake it even when the lid's closed.
we'll
It'll
make sure
wake
I'm
it
not
up even
touching.
when the lid's closed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's tap the power button. We got this to happen on live stream on the podcast.
Oh,
on Monday,
really?
though.
Yeah.
Was that before the OTA hit?
No, it was after.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe. Or no, maybe I took a video in the Discord chat after. I'm like, oh yeah, people are asking if that's fixed, and we were testing it, and it was still happening. But yeah, no, right now. That's
I
looking
haven't
pretty
had any
good.
issues. I will say, I took this thing with me to Japan for a week, and I had it in my sling bag every day,
Yeah.
right? And so I'd pull it out
Okay.
when I just had like a couple minutes or whatever. And there was one time I pulled it out and it was hot as heck. And I was like, what is going on? And it was on. And
Okay.
my guess is that I had pushed the power button while it was closed.
That could have been, and that could have been what I was doing as well. It could be what many people are doing.
Yeah. Because it's
That's a
right.
good
I don't
point.
like the power button position because there have been times where I tap it inadvertently. I wish it was
Yeah.
kind of on the side instead.
Yeah, I think this stylus, small. Let's see, when it's teeny tiny mode, it's less comfortable. I don't like it that as much, and that's a little bit of fatiguing.
Yeah.
You can even one hand open it. That's cool. Chisel.
Yeah. I think this is a good, just overall like stylus testing game right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this from now on. This is fantastic. What was I supposed to do with that snail? Now, come on. Tap in order. Oh, 1, 2. Okay. No. Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Easy there.
Hey.
Hit me with a Star Wars quote.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening now. Oh, you gotta kill those bugs.
Oh, get the bugs.
Oh, I thought he cracked the screen for a second.
Crack the screen. Oh no, the bugs. It's flying at me. Oh no. You're not supposed to crack the screen, I guess.
Apparently not.
I'm not great at this. It's okay. All right, that's a yes. I like this stylus. I do. It's a lot smaller too, which I appreciate. Like, I'm not going to be carrying around one of these as an accessory to the handheld. If I'm going to use a stylus, it's got to be attached to it. Otherwise, I forget it. I'm just going to use my finger, and finger works pretty decently. The screen's large enough. It'll be interesting once I get the AYN Neo Pocket DS to compare it to, which has a bigger bottom screen. How do you feel about that in comparison to this so far?
Yeah, I think they're like, even though they are, similar, I think that they are two totally different handhelds. Like this one is a 3DS that's like upscaled. The other one feels like a handheld PC that just happens to be an Android device. Like that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. And so, yeah, I'll do a dedicated comparison video between the two, but I think it's going to be I don't want to shoot myself in the foot, but I think it's going to be a short video because it's just going to be like, hey, do you want a bigger one? Get this one. You want a smaller one? Get this one. Like that's really what it comes down to. And yeah, for my use case, the Thor is just a better fit because it's just kind of a marvel that it even is there in the first place.
Something with that bomb on that one. Okay. Yeah, this one doesn't feel like I'm as in order, of course. Yeah, I don't love this one. I don't love this one. I think the rubber tips are from you. I got to try your style though with the little what do you call that
disc.
style? The disc style. Yeah. That'll be the next one. Okay, so you need to not break the glass, just get the fly. I had this annoying fly in my house the other day that was just like this too. No matter what I did.
Oh my gosh.
No. All right. Yeah, so this is big and comfortable. It's just I don't know that I'd be bringing this around. This definitely wins though of these two. I think I'll still opt for the smaller option. There was one thing people said about the reviews of this is that the tips can come out kind of easy. It's just all around a pretty cheap one. It's $4 or $5. It's cheap price wise and build wise. So realize what you're getting into, but for my needs, for now, good enough. All right. Let's look at a little bit of, well, let me look and see if there's any requests that maybe of games I do have. Admiral Gonzo Harmo Knight. For somebody here like me who doesn't know the full library of these DS and 3DS games, let me know what system specifically you're asking for. I haven't heard of that one. Harmo Knight.
Yeah, me neither. There are a lot of other questions on here, like the plastic quality. So this one feels good. I think, it's got a kind of a gritty feel to it, like a matte feel to it, which I think is great. The black one is hard to kind of judge just because it is, it's really smudgy, and so the rainbow one is what I'm looking forward to, is how it's going to be with fingerprinting and stuff. But I just like the feel of it. It feels kind of matte and there's texture to it, but it's still nice and smooth. And then of course it's rounded around all the sides, which feels really good too. So yeah, I think plastic quality is good on this. It doesn't feel like super streamlined. Like it doesn't feel like $1,000 handheld. It feels more along the lines of like a 3DS. And I kind of like that.
Yeah, I like the plastic on this. I think
it's similar. Is it a similar texture to the RP Flip 2?
Yeah, it's hard with the Flip 2 because it's got all that stupid crap on it. You know what I mean? So it's like hard to feel the plastic. So yeah, it's pretty similar.
Okay.
Yeah, it is very similar.
I like that matte finish on the RP Flip 2. That's part of why I asked.
This has a little more grain to it, like just a bit more grain than this. But yet this is also a little more smudgy. So take that for what you will.
Well, that's why I got the rainbow.
And I think the rainbow is what I'm going to like better too, because I'm in agreement with Russ here as far as, you do get smudginess on this black front. The nice part of the black unit, though, of course, is that the OLED blends nicely into the shell. So this is, if you want pure visuals alone, this looks very nice. It is super reflective, though. It was very hard to capture photos for this thumbnail or just anything without catching my face in the shot, or it's just a downside of this glass.
Yeah, totally.
Compared to like this glossy 3DS, this new 3DS XL, I definitely prefer the feel on this, because I just don't like glossy. Definitely more fingerprinty on this, where I actually have a shell I like to keep on here, just to have it be more matte style. Good question. What else we got?
Let's see, what else was there? Some people are asking about the TPU case. I don't know what that is. What is it? Is that the one that's like the reflective case, the plastic one? Because I do have that, and it's okay.
You do? It's okay.
Yeah, it's like they made those for the 3DS, right? And so it just kind of feels like that. If you've got one of those, I don't have it here in this room, but yeah, it went over the whole thing. It didn't cover everything, but yeah, I mean, if you're worried about this getting scratched, I guess that would be good. But otherwise, I just like the feel of it as it is. So yeah, it made the outside reflective in addition to the inside. So it just made it like super shiny.
Yeah. I ordered that. I got the whole bundle kit, so we'll see. I haven't tried it yet. I tend to not use too many accessories though in general. I ordered it just to try for you all to see, but Matt Davis, will the screen rest on the grip, or is there still a gap? Okay, so let's look at that grip again.
That's a good question, actually.
And have I screwed the grip up by adding on the stylus? That's the other question I'd like to know for myself. The answer is yes. So that's a no-go. So that leaves me again to say, if you're going to use this one solution, it needs to be up top. So let's see. It does come back off.
Never mind.
Doesn't leave a mark, but let's see if it still adheres, though.
This pains me.
I know it's going to look ugly, Andrew. This is
I will say that there is still a gap on the grip. I'm testing it right now, just a tiny bit. It's a lot better than it was without it, but yeah, there's still a bit of a gap. Not much. Yeah, I wish it didn't slam against this plastic part on the bottom of the device, that it hit against the rubber of the grips instead, but it doesn't.
Yeah, so here you go.
Yeah, so it's still hitting that little bump at the bottom. And there's a tiny bit, like keep it closed and then show it vertically. Yeah, like there's a little bit of a gap there.
Yeah, you can see right there. Just a bit. There is the pocket lint and the pocket sand argument to them having this gap. Now, this is not out of the ordinary. We were mentioning this, I believe, in the podcast, where even the 3DS has an air gap as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's not unheard of. They have a bigger lip here, though. So this would have had the same. If you put this in your pocket, this would have the same issues. There's less of a gap here. It's a little smaller, but nonetheless, like that is still there. So don't love that. It'd be nice on their revision if they could remove any kind of gap like we used to have on other clamshells, like the Flip 2 here. That's a pretty clean close. There's even the teeniest gap on the DSi XL here, but almost imperceivable. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Does Beacon Launcher work? Yeah, so that won't have all of your front ends you can use on here. All of them should work. Whether Beacon makes use of having a second screen, I don't know. The options I do know of are ISU and Console Launcher. Console Launcher's DS dual screen integration is pretty cool, by the way. ISU is, of course, too. Like, that's their sole focus. So that's going to be a purpose-built launcher, whereas Console Launcher is adding it on here. But I thought their integration here is pretty nice. Look at this. This guy, Kyle, makes this over in Hawaii. Actually, I think you've met him before, Russ.
Yeah, I met him. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Cool
dude.
Dude.
I think this is pretty neat. Like, even Bob Wolf had a kind of cool thing where he used the Odin launcher up top and then I think something else down below.
Double
maybe
launchers?
just the drawer. Like, I think he maybe just used the app drawer underneath, but it was just kind of cool. Like, he was like, yeah, if I want to tap on these type of games, I go up top. If I want to tap on these other ones, I go down below. And it's just kind of a neat idea, so.
That's interesting.
That's a cool use case. I like that. And by the way, the stylus, I forgot I have it on here. I'm barely touching it. Like, I can push my hands past my triggers and touch it. Remember, it's there. But otherwise, yeah, it's gone.
Can you remove that ring from it? Like,
Yeah.
does that come off? Okay.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
didn't know
it's
if it
a
came
little-
off or not.
Yeah, it's a little ring, but I think it helps to kind of pull it out. But yeah, you can remove it. I don't know if that's perfectly centered. I might need to adjust it later. But yeah, that's probably the least bad placement of that.
Yeah, I think it's a winner.
Yeah, because it can still go all the way back. Yeah. That's, if you're going to use this, that's the only place to put it, really. So yeah, you can define, what's going to be down here, and he has some different options there. But, this is an awesome launcher. I freaking love Console Launcher. You can scroll, get to your games, and what's going to use the bottom screen when you get in the game list is it'll show more box art or, game art.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just it's a neat use case for this. I got to finish my game scraping. Neat. All right. So let's get back to game requests. Kid Icarus Uprising. Now, that's a good idea. We should do some new 3DS games and see how those perform. I did not cover that in my other video. Kid Icarus. Uprising. That was a new 3DS game, wasn't it? There were a couple of them. There was Metroid Samus Returns, Xenoblade, right? And I think Kid Icarus, right? Somebody smarter than me tell me.
I haven't a clue personally.
Yeah,
It's
sorry.
a long time ago. That's okay.
It was. I didn't
I
play a lot
own
of
a
3DS back then.
Yeah, I didn't own a 3DS or DS
What?
until I grew up.
I had the DS like on launch day, like the first gray one, that big thick one. I remember getting that at Walmart, in 2004, 2005 or whatever. And then I had the Lite, but then I dropped off at that point. So I never had the DSi, never had the 3DS until much later.
Yeah, you said that. I actually remember I did have, my cousin gave me, I wish I still had it just for nostalgia's sake. It's a fat one, but mine was blue. Yeah, but that didn't last long because I started going outside and playing sports again.
Sports ball.
Yeah, I didn't have as much history with video games until like Guitar Hero.
Oh, this is cool. Okay, so let's pull out the stylus for this. Oh man, this game is gorgeous on that OLED. Look at those clouds, man. Oh, okay, I gotta focus now. So
you use the analog stick to move your guy, and then you use the stylus to control your aim.
But I gotta aim. I gotta fire with the right. Look how I'm holding this. I gotta remap the controls or something. That's not right. It has to be over here, right? Okay, yeah. You can use L1. So we're still at a 6x because why not? But it is we're starting to see a little bit of a drop there.
Yeah, it's a lot of things happening in this game.
Let's go ahead and drop that. Because again, no reason to be at 6x. Let's go to 4x. This game is gorgeous, though. I haven't another game I haven't played before. You know what? You know what's nice about the Thor is this might finally get me to really explore the 3DS library. It's not a system I played too many games on. The few games I did play, like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, I really enjoyed. I just had maybe 10 games I owned for it in total when I had one, and I haven't really emulated that many beyond that. So this is my initiation, I think, into more 3DS titles, which is fun.
Yeah, totally.
It's struggling a bit. I don't know if it's loading shaders still, but it is struggling a bit at 4x here as well. We're getting a couple stutters. Now let's see what performance mode we're on. We're just on performance. Let's go to high performance. We're going to have the fan be in sport mode. And I did notice when I was playing this game, when we started it up, that my A button was sticking a little bit. Have you seen that with your unit, Russ? Sometimes when you're pressing just the A button, it gets a little stuck.
No, not at all. I've seen some comments about that, but I have not gotten any stuck buttons at all. So it isn't something I brought up in my review because I didn't want to be like, hey, I heard some people have these stuck buttons and I don't, and I was just like, I'll just talk to my own experience. And yeah, it hasn't been a thing for me.
Okay. Yeah, it's very rare for me, but it's randomly when I'm pressing it in a certain way with my giant thumb, I do cause it to stick for a split second, enough to kind of throw me off.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying right now. I can't get it to stick.
I don't know if it's a case of just wearing it in or if it's just our review units. I know there were 2 other review units. I know Bob's, he was having that happen too. All right. Thanks for the instruction. This game's great, by the way. I'm going to come back and play this. It reminds me of Panzer Dragoon.
Yeah,
nice suggestion. Okay. All right. So I'd probably put this one at 3x. Oh, now we're in a different section. What's been your favorite DS game or 3DS game, Russ, to play in here so far? Is there any?
I'm such a vanilla basic guy. I love New Super Mario Brothers 2. Like that game is so good. Like there are so many coins in that dang game. Like no matter what you're doing, you're getting coins, and it's just so satisfying. Where you can get like 500 coins in one level. So I really do enjoy that part of it. It just feels like like there's those like bullet heaven games, like that kind of stuff. Like Vampire Survivors, where you just like you start just killing it. Like I feel like that's the way they made New Super Mario Brothers. So like, hey, this is a trophy game. Like you're just gonna feel like you're kicking butt all the time. So
have you played Horses 3D?
See, that's the thing is I don't have a huge like library like you have. I just have like the basics, like the ones that I dump from my cartridges and stuff. I need to go and grab random stuff like this.
The above board. I accidentally launched a game. Let's just see what it is. I couldn't find Theater Rhythm unless it's under Theater Rhythm instead of Final Fantasy.
There are 1,800 3DS games, so there's a ton to choose from. There are 4,000 regular DS games.
X-Troopers.
So there's just a ton of different games to test with. I mean, to give you perspective, the PS2 had 1 million games, or at least it felt like it, and that was about 3,800. So there are more DS games than there are PS2 games, which is crazy.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
That is insane. Yeah.
Now, there were a lot of garbage games on the DS. I mean, kind of like take for granted there, but it's still, it's cool that you have thousands to choose from for those two systems alone.
This game is having a little bit of compatibility issue. It says it's running at 60 FPS, and yet it's just chugging hard. So if you're really excited to play, what is this? Whatever this game is, we'll see in a second. You may be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, some of these games may have never been tested before on this app, so like the devs haven't done it. No one gave them feedback about it. And so that's why, a lot of the popular games are always the ones that play the best.
X-Troopers with the translation. So this is one I would have gotten from, I would have patched from like CD Romance or something with one of those patches. Not that I got a ROM from there, just patched one. That's cool.
Nice things.
Yeah, that's not.
Go to romhacking.net.
Yes, romhacking.net. That's what we do.
The other one.
I think Theater.
Game Banana.
Game Banana.
Which is just an awesome website name.
Well, we can do Majora's Mask. That'd be a good one. We haven't done that one yet on here, but there's Theater Rhythm. Let's do that.
I've never heard of this one.
Rob's proud of me. Rob, I was talking trash about you to Aiden Walls today in my interview with him. Just wanted to call it out before you see the episode.
Just want to let you know I'm talking crap.
No, it was with love, but we were talking about the origins of the podcast, and I was like, man, I don't know if I can work with this guy. He's so into Spec Town. He's so just all benchmarking all this stuff. Like, I don't know if we can. I'm a casual, and it was the perfect matchup in the end.
That's still debatable.
Right. True. No,
just kidding.
I think we got a good thing
kidding.
going.
Just kidding. I love you, Rob. Not Zoo or Ban.
I love you, Russ, but not Andrew or Rob or Ban.
That's
fine. So I see the questions came up. Says, I think the Pocket Fit is better than the Thor all in all. Yeah, it really depends on what you're looking for. I love my KONKR Pocket Fit, but I love that form factor, like specifically for like playing games, like I feel like that's the most comfortable for me. And so with a game, like with a handheld, like the Pocket Fit, it's like, I want to be able to play everything on it. And so I like that idea. The Thor is unique because I can take it everywhere, which is really cool. But I don't know if I want to play everything on it as opposed to
Yeah.
being able to play on my Pocket Fit. So it's like having two children. You don't want to say which one you love more, you know, like, because I think they're both great in their own way, you know. But if I had only one handheld, it probably wouldn't be the Thor. It would be the Pocket Fit, just because that is a really good fit for the way that I play games, which usually is going to be sitting on the couch, kind of relaxing. You know, I don't ride public transportation, so I don't have a need for something to take on the go all the time.
Yeah.
If I did, I think the Thor would be a better choice in that regard, because you can just take it anywhere, you know. But if I'm gonna go for comfort, which is like the biggest thing for me, then the Pocket Fit is a really good fit for that.
And as we talk about these rhythm games, like theater rhythm here, this is really where that input delay that we were talking about earlier would come into play. Like, this is where it's probably going to be a little more crucial, even more so than platforming, right?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what type of game you're trying to play. And this is why I was really hesitant to say that the Thor is a 3DS replacement, because if you are going to be playing these types of games specifically, or if you want to play a game, you know, you want to have the 3D effect on your 3DS, or you want to have, you know, some of the cool connectivity things you can do on a 3DS, you know, like connecting with other 3DSs and stuff like that, then I feel like that's not a good replacement at that point.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to be playing, you know, action heavy titles or something, you know, RPGs and whatnot, then absolutely, I think you'll probably have a better time on the Thor. But my thing was just like, don't get rid of your original hardware if you can.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely don't. I mean, I can't get rid of my 3DS. There's just something different about that. I mean, it has 3D effect. I don't know if you can see the 3D effect on camera, but you know, we don't need to get into that. But yeah, it has the actual 3D slider that let you see in 3D. Sure, it's gimmicky. Sure, you wouldn't use it all the time. Maybe it makes you a little sick. But it's something that you can't really seem to emulate. I'm calling out to you all out there, somebody out there who has the gumption and the know-how. Is there some overlay, you know, some, I don't know, like a magnifying glass type thing like you saw in the original Game Boy, something like that you could build yourself a custom community-made 3D effect over this? I want to see someone come up with that. That would be amazing.
Kind of like the CRT effect with the R36T.
But maybe better than
that.
Yeah. I'm also delaying myself right now because I am embarrassed to say I've never played this game, and how do we get past this part?
I have no idea.
You're on your own, buddy.
William Anderson.
Hit the replace up there, maybe. Is that it?
But it's not. We can't touch up there.
Oh, right.
Is your bottom?
Maybe it needs to be. Yeah, maybe I need to swap them. Is that it?
No, it shouldn't be that.
It shouldn't be. Yeah. How many YouTube reviewers does it take to figure out how to get past the intro of Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm?
Considering I never played one. I'm not a YouTuber.
You have to press select as a button, not a statement. Okay, I need to make 4 party members. Okay, here we go. Select. Bada bing, bada boom, as Rob would say. Yeah, that's right, Rob. I watch your videos. Because you are my friend. And you make great videos. His videos are awesome. Okay.
Oh, you did the same person twice.
Oh, no. Cloud.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Equip.
Great.
Now we got 20 minutes of cutscenes.
Oh, no. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Great. Yes. Where's the part where we dance? Done. Yes. Okay, we're ready to dance. Or whatever this game's about. Fight Sephiroth to the rhythm of yacht rock.
All right.
Well, so what do I...
It's almost like you should have read all those instructions you skipped through.
Yeah, but I'm on a live stream. There's no time for that. I beat the game. It runs. Okay, I gotta now I want to know how this works.
Great success.
Great success. I was actually watching Borat just yesterday.
Oh man,
this is not.
So I think you got to tap
this
it in
is mapped.
time.
This is mapped to the buttons. Okay, so
no, I think it's mapped to the stylus inputs.
Is it mapped to the stylus inputs? Oh
Yeah.
well. Another time we'll learn how to play that. But it works. There you go. All right, cool. And thank you for your super chat, William. Can it do Switch emulation like Metroid Dread? We can take a look at Switch in a few minutes. I still want to know what Harmo Night is and where to find it and what system it's for. I want to see the Wii U game Zombie U. Sure, let's see if we have that. Can you demo Animal Crossing for 3DS? Okay, yeah. That's another one with a long intro, but we can open it up and see if it runs. I haven't tried it yet. New leaf. I like to turn a new leaf every January.
I think this is a good spot for me to jump out because I gotta finish this LIX video, and so gotta use the sunlight while I still have it.
In that case, I'm gonna throw one question at you about that.
Okay.
Take it on your way out right there.
How come nobody makes 3DS grips for the LIX that are like the Xbox LIX? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I mean, I think it would take a lot of plastic to build something like that. I like the grips that I have. They're from KONKR grips, and they're good, like $30 or whatever. I'll talk about that in my video. But yeah, I feel like the cool thing about the new Xbox Ally is I don't need grips. Like it has grips, you know. But yeah. I'm liking the device so far, but I just don't think it's exactly what Xbox should have been making at this time. So.
Yeah. They also had a very strange timing there for their price increase for Game Pass. Not the most synergistic move, but hey.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Well, I'll bring that comment back up. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit here, and yeah, have you on the podcast soon. And also, fresh cut. I like it.
Oh yeah, just yesterday. Yeah, and thanks to Terry for that super chat saying that I got him into emulation. That's awesome. I love seeing stuff like that. I get emails every day. I don't really reply to a lot of them. It's just a time thing. I just don't have time to do all that, but I read them, and I think it's super awesome. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Russ.
Okay. Yeah. See you guys later. Bye. Have fun.
Ringing. Bye.
Okay, now he's gone. Time to get wild.
All right, time to talk trash. Retro Game Core, more like Retro Game Bore.
No.
His videos are the best. I like to start my Retro Game Core days on Saturday, where I just get a cup of coffee, and I have my morning bagel and just kind of binge watch what he's done that week. I'm like,
almost gave me a heart attack. I just want you to know that.
Why?
Because I thought I did not know what word you were going to go with to rhyme with core.
There's a lot of rhymeable words with Game Core. All right, back to the task at hand, everybody. So we're gonna, from here on out, we're gonna be pretty much strictly taking requests, and anything else. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything. We're talking about the grip, the styluses. Yeah, we want to look at Wii U. We looked at some DS. So yeah, just 3DS and Wii U, I think, is going to be the focus. We'll do that one Switch game. And yeah, 3DS. I mean, 3DS is a delight on here. Do look at the input lag tests that Russ was testing out. So there is increased, if you're sensitive to it, there is a little bit more compared to the original console. Nearly double, but to me, it's not something that I often talk about just because I'm not one of the people that are really affected by it. And maybe if I was, I don't know, younger, a little more nimble, with my movements, then it probably would be a bigger deal, and you can definitely tell if you play the 3DS right side by side, like, okay, this is a little off right here, but for the most part,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, for the most part, it's not something that enters my mind as much, unless it's really noticeable. There's certain handhelds where I'm like, oh, that is bad, and then I'm like, there is definite latency issues here.
Well, speaking of direct comparisons to the 3DS, Joseph C, I think that's what it is. I'm tired. Sorry, I can't see. How does the Thor D-pad placement feel versus the 3DS XL?
It's better on the 3DS XL. I think having it midway here, it's
As
just
opposed to all down towards the bottom corner.
yeah. Because look, this is almost the top of the D-pad on the 3DS XL lines up almost with the B. So like the face button and the D-pad
Your
still are
thumbs are in
more
the
or less.
same. You're pretty much in the same spot starting.
Yeah. So ergonomically speaking, man, I mean, this is just better. This is just better. Whereas this, you know, you're clearly a step up here to access the face buttons versus the D-pad, which is down here. So it's a little wonky when you're trying to do D-pad centric gaming. Not my favorite, although this grip here does make it a little better for sure. I appreciate this, and you know, now when you're gripping it, you're going to be grabbing a little lower, and so that's more comfortable. There's less having to make your thumb bend.
Yeah.
When you make your thumb bend is where it starts to get uncomfortable.
I think Zoo said something that the JC SFY. I always mix the letters up.
The
They're going to
JSP?
be yep. They're going to be making grip, I think, for it. So I'm interested to see, because I did not pre-order a grip.
Okay.
I didn't think I was going to need one. I should have thought better, knowing me. But I'm going to be interested.
I'll have an extra
to see
grip.
what they have.
I'll send you my extra grip. I have an extra grip. Or I bought an extra grip.
See, Stubbs, this is why Zoo takes the credit card from you.
Well, I like to be prepared.
That's fair. That's fair.
Usually. Okay, let's look at Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
And Kevin Flynn, thank you for your suggestion for Ocarina of Time, but that's like the main game I was testing for 3DS in my first look review there. So I don't want to retread ground there, but I do recommend watching that, checking it out. I'll link it after the stream ends here if you want to watch that. But yeah, I take a look at that, and also the gyroscope works in that game, which is cool. Now we're running at a 4x here, by the way.
Man, I think that rainbow is going to look so cool.
So good.
Like playing these retro games.
Yeah. It's just cool what they've done here. I did not think we were going to get here this fast.
No, I mean, because we got this one
months ago. Yeah. Just a few months ago, we were doing this, you know, which is fine. But now we're doing this, which is awesome.
Yeah, and we have the Pocket DS is right around we should be starting to ship any day now.
Yeah, I ordered that too. Let's see.
Same. I haven't seen any updates since last week, which I said was going to start shipping this week, but I haven't seen anything since then.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope it ships soon. I had them change my order up to be the dragon cheese option.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got the retro power. Shocker.
I mean, that looks gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah, man, I was like kind of worried about it because like you never know if Arthur's version is going to be the same as the rest, and it looked good. But then I saw like the press pretty pictures that they took, and it's like, oh man, I cannot wait.
One thing that bugs me about this is just I do wipe it down a bit more than I do other handhelds.
The inside is very shiny.
It gets it's shiny. It gets printy.
Even if you don't like think about it, I can see that. Like, yeah. I can't imagine what it would look like after, like, if you had an hour plus long gaming session. What it would look like when you lifted your hands up.
Let's zoom in a bit better here. Let's get a little tighter in. There, I'm having it completely pushed back now. I think that's better.
That looks good.
And yeah, I'm happy with the stylus. My stylus solution up here. It's ugly as sin, mind you, but
just cover it in Stylife, and then send it to Zoo.
Just do that one plus this one. Just
like stick random styluses all over it and then send it to him.
And put one there. Yes.
No, don't mess up the screen. That's too far. Everywhere on the outside. Just instead of a case, it's covered in styluses.
See, we're not seeing any performance dips on these first party titles. Really running well.
It looks so good too on the screen, on that OLED screen. Why is it supposed to show on both? Or
Huh?
not yet. Is there supposed to be something on the bottom screen or not yet?
Not right now. It's just showing us a
Okay.
movie.
You could tell how much I played 3DS.
Yeah, it wasn't a system that I got super into. It was towards when I took a break from gaming for a few years, and then I came back into it, and all of a sudden the GPD XD was a thing, and I just got big into emulation.
I did actually this past weekend. I bought 2 Zelda 3DS games at that.
Really?
Yeah, I got
Cool.
yeah, there were the retro game shop that I go to near me. It's like in a barn.
In a
But it
barn?
was, yeah, but I got Majora's Mask 3D with the case, and then Ocarina of Time 3D without the case for like $40 or $50.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I didn't own them before or played them before, so
The fan isn't too loud on here, which I appreciate. We're in sport mode right now, and it's not offensively loud, you know?
I haven't heard the fan once.
Probably going to be tough to see or tough to hear over the stream here. So if we click view and we go to this mode, just here's a trying out the gyroscope there. Look at that.
Damn.
So cool. So cool. Whoa. I keep accidentally pressing my left stick.
There's a joke there, but I'm leaving it.
I just leave it be for now.
I did.
So yeah, this is not one either that has an issue. And by the way, the same performance just about we get on Ocarina. So there you go. Luigi's Mansion 3DS remake. And the other one was for Leansat here.
Majora's Mask.
Shane, MGD,
Oh. Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion. Yes, sir. Let's take a look.
And then Miguel Carrasco wants a contra test or requested a contra test. I don't know if we already touched on that.
Wait, 3DS remake? You mean this one, right? You mean Luigi's Mansion for 3DS? If you're still here, Shane, let me know. I need specifics. I always liked Luigi's Mansion. I never got super into it, but it's adorable, and it's a little spooky, and I got to play this with my son. There's the mansion. 3-dimensional mansion. Spooky, spooky. And it's upscaled to 4X.
Sorry, there's a certain question that I'm looking for. I'm just trying to scroll back through the chat for.
Okay.
That's why I'm being quiet at the moment. Someone asked something about a matte, like using matte screen protectors, but I wanted to see if I could find the actual, like the full question.
Yeah, I saw some chatter about that today in the Discord. A matte screen protector, like we tried in the Steam Deck, it does help. It should help with the reflections, but you're going to introduce a little bit of graininess to the picture, which I never appreciate on an OLED display. So I'll usually opt to still have the glossy reflections over kind of compromising the image quality in my mind. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. The only time I ever use like a matte screen protector usually is like on an iPad.
Yeah.
Or like an Android tablet. Like anything that I'm going to be using a stylus with, like to write, that's when I'll use them. But like all of my gaming stuff, that usually just no. GoTanks actually found the question. Let me see.
Thank you, GoTanks.
It was. Do you guys know if there are matte screen protectors? So I'm going to pull up AYN's website real quick to see.
Yeah, I don't know if they're offering them, but I bet you there will be some offered by a third party, if not very shortly here.
Yeah.
And there's probably some already that exist, honestly, that are going to fit this size screen. It's just a matter of which one is going to be a close fit.
No. Of course, looking at AYN's website, the only one is just the traditional,
the regular one. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you could probably find for a couple of bucks like a matte if you're that worried about it and you prefer the matte finish. Some companies like sell just sheets of screen protectors, and you do the cutting yourself.
Yeah.
And then Sony thinks that the Luigi's Mansion remake is the GameCube version that they were trying to see if you could run that upscaled on here.
The GameCube
version of Luigi's Mansion.
That's the original Luigi's Mansion, though.
What?
So
Luigi Mansion is a remake. Oh, I don't know then. Sony, I'm not sure then.
I don't
know. But yeah. Oh, that doesn't look very good.
A little bit of slowdown on the movie here. Beautiful graphics though. So we'll probably drop this down to a 3x. Maybe probably a 3x should do it. All right, good suggestion. Okay, hey Stubbs, I got a question for you in regard to the software that comes with the Thor. In another video, I saw someone say that the stock software is over 92 gigabytes. Is this true? The stock software, 92. I mean, let's look at the internal storage. I mean, maybe.
No, there's no way that there. No. Okay, so.
I mean, so I have some Winlater stuff installed, mind you.
Yeah. Do you have a SD card in there or no?
Yeah, I have a 2 terabyte SD card in here. So here's my SD card, 1.7 terabytes used. So yeah, that seems right. I think I only have a few Winlater games. I'm maybe using up 5 gigs internally at most. So yeah, it looks like we are using 89 gigs right now out of 256.
Sony in the back in our back here said it was a bug. So because there's no,
reporting that's okay. The system itself, it says, is using 40 gigabytes, which seems high.
Yeah, that's not normal.
That seems
definitely not normal. Even for older versions of Android, that is definitely not normal.
Maybe an OTA fix. Yeah. So speaking of the OTA fixes, let's just get into that real quick. So we covered on this. We covered this on our Monday podcast. We talked about findings since the video went live. But just to kind of summarize that, they fixed things like the uneven brightness levels that would happen down here. And there's also, I can't remember the whole list right now, but that was like the main thing that was bugging me. And then also the other thing that was, gosh, let me pull this up here. The other thing I wanted to talk about, no, I want this. There we go. Is this was bugging me, the auto lock feature. So how that works is, if you're touching the top screen, it assumes you want to interact with the top screen. So the controls turn off for anything going on the bottom screen. That's what happens when you're in auto lock. Same thing if you're using the top screen for a game and you're touching the bottom screen, it's going to disable the controls when you move between screens. So you can purposely lock it to the top or the bottom screen, but to get here and to change that setting, if you're going to launch a game on the top or the bottom screen, you have to do a couple taps to get to this, and that can be a little bit annoying. And so what they're going to do now is I asked if they could please add that as another option into the quick menu settings up here. And they said, yeah, we can add that. And so Nicole's going to have them add that to the quick settings up top, which will help. So you can just, pull this down from the top, push the button, and then figure out where you want your lock to happen or if you want auto lock, which is helpful. And yeah, so they've just made some nice changes already. Early days here. And of course, also, I've had this whole time, I've had the LEDs turned off. So it's a little prettier if we actually have those on. So you can turn that on. I like to keep them on pretty low. they're just an extra thing. They're ambiance, not necessary ambiance. Vibration and haptics, by the way, on here feel pretty good. They aren't overwhelming, and you can also feel it in multiple spots. It definitely feels nice. I like that you have this direct power supply option too, where you can bypass the battery if you need to. And there's just some nice quality of life touches they have in here. So it'll be interesting when I get the INE or DS to see, how are they handling the dual screen experience, because I don't know yet. And you get the temp access here. So 40 degrees Celsius in there, and the fans at 50%. And you can swap between 120 and 60 FPS mode. Oh, here's the update notes. Thank you, sir. Sony coming in clutch. Also, we have GoTanks helping out Sony today in the back room of the podcast for production. Thank you both. Thor, we added search bar to the app drawer interface lower screen, fixed the brightness mismatch, which is awesome, resolved the minor audio volume discrepancy, which I appreciate that too. You can change the volume between the top and the bottom screen and kind of mix your levels. And update the charging curve, which is good. Fix the issue where the calibration data of FPS calibration gyroscope would be cleared at factory reset. I didn't know about that one. That's cool. Fix an issue where the keyboard would occasionally fail to pop up in Google. I did notice that one. That's been fixed. Solve the screen mode was reset after a screen being woken up from sleep. Yes, that was a big thing. That was a really big annoyance where, yeah, you'd close the screen, you open it up, and then like the bottom screen would just be fully bright. Like, what? I got to fix that now. Addressed an issue where the bottom screen would automatically be set to maximum brightness. We just talked about that. Fixed issue where the lower screen could not be turned off when the device was connected to a TV. I gotta get like a Retroid dock or similar dock so we can really start testing out some of that functionality too. Right.
Oh, I do have an Odin 2 dock.
Oh, hey. Miguel Crosco, thank you for your super chat. Contra test. Sure, yeah, we can do that. That's a quick one.
Silver Blaze 109 asks, and this might be a good time with the Contra test coming up. How much do the joysticks move, and is it enough for precise control?
How much do the joysticks move? Do you have full range of motion, you mean?
Oh, hold on 1 second. It just says how much do the joysticks move? Is it enough for precise control? Like,
oh yeah,
are the controls precise?
Yes, yeah, they're using that style of Hall stick where it's the controls are very the joysticks are very
that cutout looks pretty big too.
Yeah, there's no joystick grind either as you move it around, which I very much appreciate. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. We're not playing more Aardvark, sorry.
No more Aardvark.
Mm-mm.
Until Russ comes back, and then we make him play it, and then we're done with it.
I'm just glad I got to introduce him to it today.
Yeah, I'm sure he's thrilled.
Oh yeah, he loved it. It's one of his favorites now.
Yeah.
All right, Contra. Let's
see. GoTanks is mad that we're not playing more Aardvark. Sorry, GoTanks, but you have retro handhelds. Do you know, I just realized that once the Ambernick DS comes out, we'll have clamshells at basically every price point, every major price point.
Mm-hmm.
You got the retro, the step above, and then Android, and then the Pocket 1S DS, whatever that's called from INEO.
So, this is your, yes. No, that's a good point. And then for the Contra test, this is just a top quality D-pad. This is the same one you're going to see offered in other AYN devices. Pretty much the same, I believe, also from Retroid. It's that dome switch D-pad that you see in these both brands, Vita style. Yeah, it's accurate. It's just the right amount of pivot. It's tactile. It feels good. The only thing that sucks about it is just the placement of it, really. And they don't have an option to put it anywhere else because they added that bottom screen in. Like, the only other thing they could have done is put this on top. So you have stick top, or you'd have a stick bottom D-pad top, which I don't know if that would have been better. You'd have other issues to contend with then. And it wouldn't mirror the 3DS style anymore, It'd be nice if we could get the D-pad maybe a little higher, but then you might accidentally hit the top of the D-pad when you're trying to use the joystick. So this is really the only way that I think they could have done this. Yeah. So the grip's helpful, though, for that, by the way. Okay, so now we don't need this anymore. Game facts go away. And sure, while we're outside of the 3DS testing, we can go hop on over to Switch. I got Eden loaded up on here. The latest version. Do I have Metroid Dread?
I love the new layout for their
It's nice. Yeah, look at that. Look at that freaking app drawer. That's different. Now I don't need this anymore. And so what other thing I like to do though for the auto lock, because it can be annoying when what I'll do is accidentally brush against the bottom screen and all of a sudden my controls turn off when I'm playing a game up top because it thinks I want to play a game down below because of this auto lock. And so I'm glad we have the feature to lock it, but even better and save battery life, we don't need this, is go ahead and just say, I'm going to use just the top screen because look, now it's not going to be disturbed. And a lot of the time, you know, I'm playing this in the last week or so, I'm playing this with just the top screen enabled. So, you know, at worst, you're getting a RP Flip 2 with more power inside of it. And a little bit better and a little bit worse ergonomics, depending on what we're talking about. More ergonomic in the sense that I think that the corners of this are rounded and more comfortable in the palms. Worse when we're talking about the D-pad and the right stick placement for me. But yeah, we're looking good here. This is in docked mode. I am not using custom drivers on this at the moment. But we are looking at a clean 60. I always start with the stock drivers before I start trying out turnips and all that.
Yeah, that's usually the way to go. That way you at least have some type of baseline.
A baseline, yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Drums Noob. Hey Stubbs, if you change emulation speed to 200% in Metroid Dread, does it just run at 120 FPS?
I mean,
I don't think that's how it works, but maybe.
No, we used to do that in the early days of like the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus. You know, we would overclock things to try to get GameCube to run full speed.
That's fair.
Like PS2 is like it's a valid question, but can we even do that? Can you set in Eden here? Let's see. Oh yeah, you can. You can. So limit speed. So let's go up to 200%. You can go up to 400% if you want. I can't get directly. Oh, okay, OCD's getting crazy here. Okay, 200. There we go. Let's see what we can do here for you. So, and we are in a menu, but it's trying to get up there. Yeah. 118. Drives me nuts though how reflected this is. The camera gets very confused on what to focus on.
Yeah, plus it's a lot just dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tapper's Reviews brings up a good point for anybody who didn't know. Eden will recommend drivers based on what your device is and what game you're playing.
That is awesome.
It's just and you can download the drivers. Like you just tap you pick the driver and tap it, and once it downloads, it'll automatically install, and you can select it from the driver menu.
Yeah, that's awesome. Eden devs are cooking.
Yeah. Sean T asks, how is the PWN dimming? I haven't seen any problems with that, actually.
I noticed it when I had 120 hertz on. Oh, I have extra dim on. Oh my God. I've had that on for a little while. So yeah, it's not until I turn on the extra dim feature with 120 hertz where I start to see it a little bit. So for instance, if anyone's sensitive to PWM flicker, we've had the extra dim brightness on option on for a little while here. So but yeah, we are running Metroid Dread right now at 30 FPS, but it's set to 200% speed. So I guess it's not going to let us, except for on the cut screens.
Shadowy One. Are the analog sticks as bad as everyone says? Is people saying that the analog sticks are bad?
I haven't heard that yet. You mean like they're recessed, or like the ergonomics of playing twin stick games? Because in that sense, a little bit, it's uncomfortable to play FPSs unless you have the grip on.
Yeah.
But no, I mean they're good sticks. They're the same sticks they've been using. I believe. Well, no. I'm sorry. They're not the same sticks as like the other Odins. No, they're different. But it's I believe the same stick we have in the Flip 2, right? Yeah. So that's what it is.
They were talking about for FPS.
Yeah, so it's not comfortable. Just without the grip, it's just not very comfortable to play those games. That just is what it is. I like the haptics though, man. Oh, let's pull the grip off.
I do love music. Like if a phone had because I love smartphones. If a phone has crappy haptics, I won't use it.
Yeah, the haptics are very nice. Very nice. You can feel it better without the grip on too. So I just want to take that off and just enjoy the tappy haptics going on here. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's real nice. Can we play the game now?
Nope.
Nintendo, let us skip your cutscenes. Please.
Nope.
Please. A little bit. I think we're at the part now where we can start playing. Yes. Maybe. I sense a cut over to gameplay. Hey, there it is. Okay, so now we're pushing 200% speed, and it's almost able to get there. It's kind of wavering between 110 and 120.
Caleb asked, do you think something like this is still worth it even if you already have a DSi XL and 3DS XL?
Well, I mean, do you want upscaled and OLED on those? Because that's a reason. Otherwise, no, this doesn't replace those systems because you're not getting like the exact functionality. But you're getting really nice emulation.
Yeah.
Let's see, I think in this one we want to do, we're gonna do that, and then that
Plus you can do what Stubbs is doing right now and you know,
It's
turn
just
off the
fun.
bottom screen and play some Switch games or something. You know, you don't have to use both screens at the same time, which is flexibility is nice.
You can play Metroid Dread at 200% speed too.
Correct.
I need rockets. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Hold R to ready missiles. Press the Y button to fire. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'll be doing that now. No? I think it's frozen. Yeah, the controls stopped.
Oh, it might be frozen because I don't even hear like anything.
Yeah, no, it froze. FPS 0. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, compatibility poo. So that's probably an instance maybe where we start messing with some custom drivers. All right.
Yeah, someone said something. They noticed some artifacting, which is where a driver testing out the different drivers would come in handy.
Hollow Knight. Somebody wanted Hollow Knight. Oh, crashed the whole emulator.
I have noticed that happens with Eden a little bit. Not every time, but a good chunk. But it's still like.
Let's do some Wii U.
It's not alpha, but.
Let's try some Zombie U. I saw someone earlier who wanted Zombie U. And we can look at, when you say Hollow Knight, I can't pronounce your name, but when you want Hollow Knight, what system are you talking about? Wii U, 3DS,
I bet it's
Vita?
I bet it's
my A button got stuck again. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, see, it just gets crunchy a little bit. Here, it's doing it right now. Here. Let's look at this. It's fine. And then...
Is it if you push it a certain way, or is... Oh.
Yeah, here.
There's like a little resistance.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, where it goes down on the right side, but not on the left.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's what it
weird.
Is. Look at that. So that's what happens only on that button, only sometimes. And it's fine. It goes back and springs back into place. But it's kind of annoying. Zombie Wii U is not loading up very well. We're still kind of early days here on the CMU fork for Android there. But it's the first time I haven't had a game just outright not work. Yeah, the system... Are we getting really low on battery or something? No, we're doing okay there. Yeah, the system is... Weekly prizes. Thank you, I guess. Yeah, okay, no. Let's try that again, but let's do something else. Do I have Hollow Knight on here? Oh.
Do you have Silk Song?
We'll have to see. We have new Super Luigi. Now realize for Wii U, there only some of the games actually make use of this second screen here. Sorry, I had that off screen for a minute. So yeah, not all games are going to make use of this. This is just going to be mirrored. I'm not finding Wii U to be a great experience on this handheld in general, and part of that's just because the where the emulator's at in its development, I believe, but also it chugs a bit more than like Switch emulation even, or 3DS or anything like that. But when games work well, they are pretty enjoyable in here. Always trying to get just the perfect amount of brightness. Wow. So yeah, the last game request I'm going to take there is just that Hollow Knight. So we'll play that next.
Yeah, it's getting a little late.
Yep. We're going to end it here in a few minutes. Yeah, the A button really is having a hard time right now. It's interesting.
It's also weird that it's just random, like it's random.
It is. It goes away, and then it happens for a few minutes, and then it goes away.
And nothing.
Doesn't.
It's not caused by. Yeah, it's not caused by anything. You don't have to.
No,
yeah.
but it's like it gets squeaky and crunchy here. This is. Let's see if I can get the microphone there. You hear that? It's like a audible click.
Yeah, it's like bound. It's like pushing back or like springing back.
Yeah, now it's fine. Now it's totally fine. Now it's back to normal. It is so bizarre. It is such a bizarre thing. I don't know why that happens. Okay. You have to be careful when you're doing Wii U too. Like, make sure you're pushing the top screen for the bottom screen. I mean, you have to touch the top screen for the controls to work. Yet you touch the bottom screen to do Wii U gamepad stuff. So it's not an ideal experience in general. Oh, gotta press A. Okay. But it's something that can be solved for. I believe this is a little early days, and I'm sure we'll find some workarounds for that.
I mean, the fact that you're even playing this is pretty sweet in its own right.
Yeah, and we're running this full speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even need the bottom screen. So in this case, I would just run regular CMU, to be honest with you here, or just go in here and disable the bottom screen for games like this, because what benefit do we have doubling the screen like that? So yeah, but in like my first look video, watch that. I was playing Mario Kart, I believe was the game we were testing, where it's like, okay, we're using both screens. It's working well. And I had to reinstall GameHub on here, so I don't know what I have right now. Oh yeah, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 4. Let's load that up. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
That's so random.
Update required. What? Why? I'm updating Epic Games now? No, get out of here. What are you doing? Get out. What are you doing?
It might need to update the.
We're gonna turn off the bottom screen.
Maybe not.
I'm always accidentally tapping it. That's the other thing. It's a skill issue though, so don't worry.
Yeah.
I must have Steam open somewhere else too. I get that.
Oh, yep, probably.
Yeah, so I think there's got to be an easier way to remedy that than go to my other computer and then log out of Steam.
I don't know if there is, honestly. Unless you have like I mean, what you should have is a remote desktop client set up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm not saying to try and set up right now.
No, I think I can log in. I think I can log into my PC through Artemis on my.
Oh,
flip.
right. Yeah. Don't show your PIN.
No. Where? Let's see. Where do I have that paired? My RP5 somewhere. Somewhere it's paired.
That's dead.
And that's out of battery. No. Yeah. I'll just report back my experience with this. So Grand Theft Auto 4 does work, and it runs full speed. However, there's some terrible artifacting, so I might need to mess with some graphics settings. So when you're driving around in your car, like the city pops in and out, there's a lot of pop in that happens. But in general, like it was fun. I have a clip on the Discord if you want to watch it, where I play it for a minute or so. And yeah, we'll skip Game Hub today. That wasn't really my focus, but okay. What do we? Hollow Knight. That's right. The last one. Let's end on Hollow Knight. I should have that here. There's even an Android port I have, but I think he means, or they mean, this one.
I still need to try out the different Silksong Android ports. There's like 3 different versions now.
I really don't have. I got to load more 3DS games on here for next time, because this is, yeah, I'm missing some key games I wanted to show. Let's do another Metroid. Metroid Samus Returns. I know that's a new 3DS game. I think that new 3DS games are generally they do struggle a bit more. So let's just see. And you have to make sure you have like the new 3DS option checked in these in Azahar.
Man, that looks so good.
Yeah, the screen. These OLED screens, my God, the AMOLED, they're very nice. We're running 120 hertz up top, 60 below. I don't have. Let's see. We're not really seeing much instances of that screen tearing right now, but if you'd like to see it, we can look at that. But you kind of get the idea, right? You're scrolling through a web page like Game FAQs or a game that has a lot of motion happening, and you see some tearing. So I'm glad that's going to get worked on. And a lot of you out there who've bought this and getting your shipping notices, you're probably starting to get them in hands in the next few days, right? Especially if you pick DHL for the shipping option. And I heard even tariffs, initial tariffs, people are getting are like $10 or so, which is pretty reasonable. Much better than some of the tariffs that we've paid. Much better than some of the tariffs we've paid here.
For sure.
Yeah. I still remember paying like $30 for that $35 Ambernick review unit.
Oh, yeah.
So in the end, we've paid for almost the whole unit. What was that? The 35XX Pro? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we can skip through this. That's nice. Let me pull up my handy dandy top stylus.
Sound like Steve.
Thanks, I think. Who's Steve?
Blue's Clues.
Oh. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, Mason's going through a Blue's Clues phase at the moment. So every time you say handy
awesome.
dandy, I want to say notebook.
I'm trying to keep my energy up. I am still fairly sick.
Yeah, and I didn't sleep. I haven't been sleeping well since we got back. That's why.
Yeah, same. I am exhausted. But I've had a blast playing with this and the Ally X Xbox X Ally X Xbox X XX.
Yeah, mine comes. I was surprised. I was genuinely surprised that I could order one this morning.
Yeah,
which is cool. I mean, I think that the demand isn't quite as high.
Oh, I don't know about that, because I also saw pictures
is?
on Reddit of people who went to Best Buys as soon as they opened.
Really?
Yeah, and like there were lines of people, like not like a Switch 2 launch, but we're talking like, because it's also a $1,000.
All right. Well, I mean, good for Asus then, but
yeah,
that's a little different narrative than what's being told
And they also, I think for the X specifically, it's only available through Microsoft and Best Buy and nowhere else. At least I don't think it's on Amazon or Walmart or anything like that, or Newegg. Yeah, I think it's only Best Buy and Microsoft or whoever the pre-orders were through.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be getting mine tomorrow, messing with it.
I started loving the base unit more, and now I'm coming away loving the X.
I mean, the base unit is right up right up Zoo's and Band's alley.
It's comfortable as hell.
Well, yeah, because it's light. It's a lot light. It's a not.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot if a lot is the correct term. But it's a decent. It's noticeably lighter than the X version.
Yes. Now my video is coming out tomorrow all about this, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, hype. I really enjoy this one. It's a good, decent, heavy. It's more heavy, but it makes up for it in what it can do.
Do you see there's the D-brand kill switch is coming to Best Buy for the X? Yeah,
good for them. That's cool.
Yeah, D-brand coming to Best Buy is not a world that I thought we would live in, but yeah, here we are.
It's all about demand. If the public wants it, if they're going to make money on it, then why not?
True.
Okay, so this looks good. Yeah, Kenny, the Thor is tempting. Absolutely. It is tempting. I like it. You know what? Let's wrap up here, everybody.
If not, Stubbs and I are going to fall asleep on stream.
I know. It's time to get out of here. Well, let us know in the comments, what do you think of the AYN Thor? Again, in our follow-up testing here, it's proving itself to just be adept at pretty much everything you want to do with it. A little bit of funkiness there when we're doing some Wii-U testing, but as far as like the main titles go, that seems to be okay. Zombie Wii-U was a little funky, but everything we want to do on it just kind of works, and there's workarounds as you navigate these two screens. And already with their one OTA update, they fixed so many bugs and issues that were coming up as complaints. This is one I'm just happy with. I don't have a lot of notes for it. You know, there's these little annoyances, like still having the gap here. So I've been putting it in my pocket when I go around the house, when I drive. I went to the dentist yesterday, and I noticed I pull it back out. There's a little bit of pocket lint that gets stuck right in there, a little bit of dust that starts to form in there. So I'm tending to keep this in a drawer, and I'm going to keep it in its case. So I'm glad I got a case with it when that arrives when my retail unit shows up, because that's a little bit of annoyance. Not a deal breaker. You know what I almost might do though? I might be neurotic as hell and like take a microfiber cloth and stuff it right in there.
No. Don't do that, because you're going to put stress on the hinge.
Oh, is that going to stress the hinge? The 1 millimeter, Andrew? The 1 millimeter?
Look, man.
The 1 millimeter of cloth fabric there. You think that's going to stress the hinge?
You don't know.
I know that. No dust. However, it's not registering that the screen's closed now and it left it open. So we're just going to, you know what? Fine. You win. You happy now, Andrew?
No, I'm not.
Will you be happy soon?
January
will be fun. CES, let's hang out. Stylus options. I like this little one. I like the little stylus. It works for me. It puts right up top. It's like $5. I got it in the description. But I like Russ's solution that he had the
custom one.
The custom one. So I want to try that out. I think that, in general, the rubber works better. The mesh is okay, not my favorite. And God, that's bright as heck. As we wrap up here, this again is just an exciting device. It's just leveling in the playing field a bit, changing the game, the direction of the scene. We're seeing lots of these companies make these dual screen devices. We're seeing option coming from Ambernick. I'm really excited to try the RGDS and the AYN Neo Pocket DS as we enter this new exciting dual screen era of our hobby. So if you're interested in this, it is available on aYNTech.com. In our description, $300 for the Pro unit, which is the one I recommend and the one that I've been using in today's live stream. And it's going to be $350 for the 12 plus 256 gig for the Pro. And then Max is going to be $429, which is the one I ended up buying just because I could have that extra storage for when later stuff. The base model there, 8 plus 128, is the best probably for most people, but you only get the black colorway. It is cheaper at $300. And there is a cheaper SKU, the Lite, which has a Snapdragon 865 in it. I really don't recommend this one. It's going to be the same performance as the Flip 2, but when you're using two screens and all the things you can do with it, you're going to have a little bit less performance when it comes to 3DS. And just in general, I don't know that that one is worth it when you're talking about $50 difference to go ahead and get a freaking Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 with everything that comes with that. All the performance, compatibility, the power efficiency. Yeah, fantastic. These have started shipping now. If you put an order in now, AYN is really good about keeping up with their orders, and they're pretty efficient about getting through their backlog. And so they are working through that as we speak. And I got shipping notice for my Max today. I just changed my order from the Pro to the Max, I don't know, about 5 or 6 days ago. So I was pretty impressed that they were able to make those changes and still ship my unit out in a decent amount of time. So yeah, it's not perfect. I don't think it's a complete 3DS replacement, much like Russ was saying on our show earlier here today. Not only because it doesn't have the 3D effect, just because it does have a little bit of input delay compared to the OG hardware. And it all depends if that matters to you or not. For many, I think having an OLED screen, having the ability to upscale and to do so much more with their device, multitasking, and playing around with it in ways way beyond what you can do with the 3DS might make up for that. So let me know what your thoughts are. Andrew, I know you're excited for yours. You got a shipping notice, right?
Yeah, mine is at the facility and being measured, but it's been measured for like a day and a half.
They want to make sure those measurements are just spot on, just perfect.
Yeah, 4PX for the win.
Yeah, I went 4PX too.
Yeah, I regret not taking the risk with DHL.
I know. Well, it's a gamble. We thought maybe tariffs could be what, $50, $60, something beyond that. And it's like, yeah, I'll just play 4PX like I usually do, and no tariff fees usually ever with them, like $0. Same thing here, $0. But for $10, I would have done DHL too. Yeah.
Yeah. We just didn't know because it's you spending $500-$600 or whatever, $400 for the Max model.
New color. I went to click on the My Orders tab. Yeah, it's calm down there. So it'll be all right. You'll get there. It'll be good. Okay, so yeah, new era. Let's rejoice, Sean T. Good night. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, absolutely, everybody. What about the foam? The foam?
So using foam in between.
Foam, like you could.
Screen.
Maybe you could use a little bit of foam. Get yourself a little cutout there. Put it in there. And you know what? It came with it when I unpacked it. It came with a little something,
like a little foam insert.
Yeah, it was a little insert. Maybe hold on to that. Actually, would be smart. That'd be
good. If it's in there already, then yeah, okay. But you makes doing sense. That, got me nervous. That's all.
No, that's fair. That's all right. That's all right. I still have the packaging for that. But everybody. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Oh, before we do that, though, I didn't talk about the flange today. Yes, there is a little bit of flange. We talked about it on the podcast on Monday, but I want to bring it up again. There's a little bit of flange. You can bend it a little bit. It hasn't really been a concern, though, and I think it can take the stress. It clicks on the sticks a bit when you do that, but yeah, we're going to have to see in long-term check-ins on this device to see what it can take. Maybe Zoo will just stomp on it as hard as he can. Oh my God. And I'm going to mail him this review unit. Good luck, Zoo.
Don't
have fun.
Ideas.
Well, once again, everybody, I want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed this content to stay in the know for all of your favorite retro handhelds. And a special thanks once again to our channel members, our patrons, and our subs who make everything here possible for us. Perks with RH start for as little as $3 per month. Join us in our Discord to chat and play games, and join us on Monday's podcast. We're going to be talking about the latest and greatest in handheld and emulation news. We have a lot of fun. It's just a blast to hang out with everybody and you all. And stay tuned for my video tomorrow, which will be out all about the Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X for performance and all that fun stuff. Check it out. But until the next one, this has been Stubbs. That's right. Let's plug that merch store. That's right. Check out the merch store.
Good
That's
things
right.
in the comments real quick.
Oh yeah,
new things coming soon.
We got new things. We got GoTanks, who's our new merch manager, and he's busy at work creating some new designs, some awesome limited edition designs. We're finally replacing my terrible digitized face that is in there. That
Beautiful.
yeah, I'm glad you ordered some shirts before we removed it, but I think we got a better one coming, so we'll see. But until the next one, this has been Stubbs. We have Andrew and producer Sony and GoTanks saying, take care of those handhelds, everybody, and take care of each other. Bye.
Adios.